Hey folks, right, another line and wash. I was thinking of a sort of I don't know, a woodland scene. I don't want to do too much ink work, so maybe we'll have a bit of a lake. So let's get some distance in. Bit of this old script brush, still working, and I'll just put in a bit of. Oh, there's my little pot. Bit of water in there and a bit of black acrylic paint. So let's go back, bit of background. This is on a bit of studio paper, Fabriano. Right, try and get the horizon horizontal. Now this acts as a stain. Once it's dry, you can't do anything. You can't rub it out. Okay, I'll put a bit of detail in this with the watercolour, but I want to get a bank in there going uphill there. Bit of a late start. I've been supposed to painting to Canada. Right, okay, now let's put in a bit of ground, an island maybe. I will cover a lot of this here with stuff coming out of this island. Bit of dry brush in there. If you go too dark, when you put the paint over it, it won't show. So, where's my water gone? Must have used it all. Oh no, there it is. Down there. Oh, too hard. It's lovely putting the paint over it though. You can put blue over the background, a bit of warm. Look, see, it all says shadow, reflection. Right, now I'll put a bit of a tree coming out here. Yeah, well, say having a bit of a battering from Storm Dennis again. Crick Owl in South Wales. There's a job down there. We're all the way from London. Twice. Came back in a day. And the first time I went down with my old Cortina, had a bit of a radiator leak, and we broke down on the M4 coming back. Later night, my wife and I was doing some carpet work at a big converted barn, and it was done in 2 stages. And coming back, the needle went up into the red, and then the car packed up. And some kind of driver, lorry driver, stopped and towed us off the motorway miles. And that was near Crickhow, it was Crickhaddon, however you say that in Welsh. Then we went back later for part 2 and stayed for 4 nights in the house. Oh, beautiful. Edge of the Brecon Beacons. And we went to, beautiful Brecon. The SAS do a lot of training there. And there's the Monmouth and Brecon Canal. It was on our doorstep. That was lovely. I've got a friend with a cottage down there in Llanfranach. So we've been there a couple of times. Buff this up a bit. Okay, well, there we are. That's one side done. We've got to put the balloons on the trees here. So let's go mad here. Need to dry your brush, or get the excess water off it, otherwise it just sort of floods. Just try to create this illusion of a lot going on with a minimum of effort. Just create an impression. I might getting another one of these brushes. This is, I think it's a Japanese or Chinese script brush. I'm going to change that brush now to my rigger. The only damage we've suffered in the storms is the bird tables in the middle of the lawn. I'll be going out today. But it's a lovely day at the moment. Lovely and sunny. We haven't had much of that day. We did have a couple of days last week. Very nice. I often give a weather forecast or description of what's going on because I paint it. Well, I paint the skies. So the sky is very important in my paintings. So I'm always looking out for different ways. I want plenty of burnt sienna in this one. Alright, we've got plenty of grass in there, or the impression we've got a bit of okay, that'll do, I think. Right, now we'll give that a dry because it might look dry, but if there's any other zinc under the surface, it will bleed through and ruin your paper. So, hair dryer. So take your headphones off or fast forward, go. I think we're tending to go uphill a bit there, so I'll just change that a little bit. Right, clean that brush. I've got separate water for my ink to my watercolour. So I'm going to get my big pot, dry that off, that bit there, and get into the painting. I need to do a bit there. Right, get my watercolours. Get in the initial wet wash, wetting wet, of course. That's what I do, is wetting wet. But as the paper dries, then it becomes more not wetting wet. Right, let's give it a bit of a wash. See, the acrylic is if you've got acrylics and black acrylic, saves you buying a bottle of ink that you'll never use, and it'll go hard. This way, just squeeze out a little tiny bit from a 200ml tube of when Wilkinson used to do it. They don't now. Shame. Right, now we'll get a bit of raw sienna. I want some sienna. Touch of red in there as well. Look at that. We'll get some. Let's get some more red in there. Why not? Try and get rid of the streaks. Let's put a bit of blue in at the top. Get some blue in there, just a touch. Right, I'll get a bit of dark up the top there. Plenty of red in the mix. Okay, now I'll have to dry that again, then we can crack on. Let's just take off the excess at the bottom here. The board's at about 25-30 degrees. I just reclip. But don't panic when it looks too dark. It will dry much lighter. Right, okay, hair dryer. Go. Right. Okay, now we start colouring up. Like me sky, quite happy about that. Going to put some blue in the background, so a bit of cloud colour. More blue. So that should, when that dries, give us a bit of cool colour in the background. Right, okay, while that's drying off, we'll go into the foreground. So plenty of burnt sienna and a bit of yellow and a bit of Payne's grey. Grasses. Right, we'll get a bit of shadowy colour at the base of this. Show that reflection. Go over to the other side. The painting is easy. We've done the work with the drawing. Right, clean the brush, put some autumny leaves on those trees. Now, that's where the light's going to come from. Have it from there, so we're a bit of shadow on the other side, a bit of green in there as well. Right, I'll give that a bit of a dry, and then we'll do a bit of rigger work in the trees. Right, headphones off. I think I might have got a bit dark in there, but anyway, that rectify that another painting. I don't like using gouache, well, a bit of it, but I don't. Let's have a bit of neat sienna. Bit of neat paint. Right, bit of wiggle work now. That'll dry and I'll put a few darker blue. Well, I might use a bit of gouache, having said what I said. So we'll see what a bit of gouache will do to the ripples. I think maybe a bit of dry brush in there. Alright, give that a dry. Headphones off. Alright, we'll just finish off. I'm going to lift out a little bit of that. Let's do some work. Gouache is okay if you don't use too much of it. Otherwise you can't really call it a watercolour. Right, no more than that. Otherwise I'll have to eat my words. I don't use a lot of gouache, as you know. I've only got a little bit here just for a little bit of, because I made that background too dark. Right, the last bit I said I'd do. What am I looking for? Brush, brush. Dry it off. Get the water out of the. So we've got a nice stamp. Hake. Alright, just add a little bit there. Okay, let's put it in a mount. And I'm going to get it uploaded. Then back to oils, I think. For oils, you can read acrylic, both opaque mediums. Let's put that on there. I'll better sign it. A bit of Payne's grey. Oh, there we go. Got our birds. So a very simple line and wash. It looks complicated because I've created an illusion of the detail. There's very little there that is graphic. It's a suggestion. Well, I hope you like that one, guys. Let's just raise you up a little bit so you can see more of the mount. Mind that you want to. It's battered and bruised. There we go. Thanks for looking in. Bye bye.